Good evening, race fans and racers all out there. Welcome in here to Turn 3 Racing Network as it is Upstate Al bringing tonight's racing action in a debut for a brand new season here. Familiar faces, familiar races. You see them all over on our Turn 3 Racing Network, and we welcome them to our family of leagues right here on Wednesday nights. We are talking about none other than the American Sim Racing Club, and it is the debut for their Scrambler series, the Street Stocks. And it all starts here tonight at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway for Twin 40s. Here tonight, what's going to happen is you're going to see some live qualifying, group qualifying. Groups of 4, the drivers will come out onto the racetrack in reverse order from how they have practiced here tonight. Just a few minutes left in the opening practice session of the season. Week 1 of 12 that you'll see right here live each and every Wednesday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We thank you for tuning on in as we get ready to go with some great racing here tonight. And what is, well, I'm going to call it the IROC series. All the cars you'll see out there in a paint scheme that is similar, all with the same number style. A lot of work gone into this off-season to make what a great event that we are about to see here this evening. And qualifying is going to be pretty exciting with live qualifying out there. The drivers are going to have to put it all on the line. And it is heads up for race number 1. 40 laps will be the distance here tonight. And then we will re-rack them, do a 12-car invert, and it'll race them again for another 40 laps of action here at the fairground in Nashville. I want to thank everybody for tuning on in. I see Zachary out there tuning on in. Thanks, Zach. Let's get some good racing. I know you're out there. Don't watch and drive. That's the one thing. I've learned that the hard way in my time racing. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Let these drivers know that you appreciate their efforts here tonight. With just about 20 seconds left before we get into our qualifying here tonight at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway for the American Sim Racing Club Street Stock Scrambler Series, and 12 races on tap. You're going to see them all right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Like I said, tune on in, get you locked in, get your popcorn, get your drinks, whether it's an adult beverage or soda, pop, whatever you want to call it, some water, adult water. Get it there and tune in each and every Wednesday night starting at 8:50 p.m. And just like that, we are going to get ready for some qualifying coming up right now as the cars will start to populate down on the grid, and we will get ready to go racing here tonight. First car is coming up onto the racetrack. It looks like it'll be car number 2. That will be Tristan Perry in the 08. Car number 2 as well. That is going to be John DeMeester out of Grand Rapids, Michigan in the number 2. So that'll be our 2 cars. Ron Fox also making his way up to the racetrack. He'll be in car number 50. You'll see a lot of green paint schemes. Told green, very popular here tonight as everybody starts to roll out. So your first 3 cars will come out to the racetrack. It'll be 3 laps of qualifying. It's easy to tell is the drivers will get about the same laps as the car size for qualifying. So we get them up to speed, and the first one that's going to take the green flag will be the number 2. So they roll up off a turn number 4. Green flag is out, and we are underway with qualifying here tonight at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. DeMeester, the first one to jump on the loud pedal. We'll see what kind of lap time he will put in. Once he comes across the line, we'll see. He'll be the first car to take a lap time here. DeMeester is going to put it on the point momentarily with a 21.39, and then Tristan Perry in the 08 will set quick time with a 20.99. 20.99 for Tristan Perry so far, and it looks like Ron Fox has made his way back pit side off a turn number 2. Let's see, DeMeester will go a little bit quicker, but still not quick enough. Everyone trying to chase down the Christian Perry, who goes quicker with a 20.087. 20.87 for Christian Perry in car number 08. He works through turns 3 and 4. We're going to see multiple grooves of racing, so this will come across the line. DeMeester will go to the top, and Perry back there. So switching and swapping the top spot here early on in this one, and Christian Perry going to shut it down, and he is currently on the provisional pole here for feature number 1. The next group of cars going to be making their way down here on the front stretch. It'll be the 951 of Brian Wildassin in car number 951, along with Brett the Jet Hahn in car number 71. And the first car to lead them out onto the racetrack will be Noah Boucher in car number 16. So Boucher going to come out onto the racetrack. He'll lead this next group of, looks like 4 will come out onto the racetrack. So Boucher, Hahn, and Stephen Hoffman in car number 23. Those will be your 4 cars, and it looks like it'll be Boucher that'll lead them to the green flag. You see him working down the back stretch. 4 laps will be the time that the drivers will get out here. And we saw that the fast time to beat so far is Christian Perry with a 20.49. 20.49 is the time to beat. And everybody is on the clock right now as we watch the number 16 of Noah Boucher. He'll be the first driver to put a lap in here in group number 2. 22 drivers signing in to do battle here tonight on opening night for the American Sim Racing Club's Street Stock. And Brett Hahn going to jump to your number 3 spot. That is the best. Now Hoffman jumps to number 2. So Stephen Hoffman in the 23 jumps to second. Quick, can he take down your current pole sitter? Christian Perry with a 20.49 is your current pole sitter. And let's see, this time off the turn number 4. And the new fast time going to go to Brian Waldassin. Waldassin in car number 951, the driver out of Pennsylvania, making a long tow here to Nashville. He is sitting on the provisional pole as they come up off of turn number 4, and Waldassin still showing the way. Hoffman now second. Noah Boucher third. Christian Perry, Brett Hahn, and DeMeester, your 6 cars that have taken time, and the new fast time belongs to the 23. Right here, the 23 of Stephen Hoffman going to go quick time so far with a 20.21. And as the groups come out, we should see the cars get a little bit quicker, as that is how they are coming out onto the racetrack, is how they come out. So the next group already out onto the racetrack, and it is going to be the number 00 of Deontay Hewer, Franklin Evans in car number 69, Justin Callahan car number 75, and Charles Darling in the green number 88. That'll be your next 4 drivers looking to take down Stephen Hoffman's fast time here so far of a 20.21. 20.21 is fast time. Is first car to come across the line, put a lap is to be the 00 of Hewer, and he will go 7th quick. Next one across the line was the Justin Callahan, number 75. He'll jump to 3rd. Evans and Darling now will make it 3rd and 4th overall. Here comes Hewer off of turn number 4. Can he go quicker? Currently sitting in that 10th position, and Hewer will go a little bit quicker, but stay 10th overall. Franklin Evans going to cross the line in car number 61. And he will stay 3rd quick, so that will leave Stephen Hoffman still on the top of the point. Charles Darling as well going to make it pit side. Here comes Justin Callahan. Can he go quicker? Callahan is going to sit in the 5th spot. Evans now, and car number 61 will go 2nd quick. Hoffman still holding on to your pole position, 20.21. And the drivers have an option of doing 4 laps. So let's see this time by for the 61 of Evans. Does he go quick? In a new quick time for the number 61 of Franklin Evans. Evans with a 20.18. 20.18. And that'll do it for group number 3 so far here this evening. Next up on the racetrack will be the number 9 of John Kane in the white and black number 9. We'll see who else will roll on out. As the group number 4 will start to populate down here on the front stretch. I want to thank everybody for tuning on in. This is group qualifying for race number 1 here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. And Annette, nice to see you out there cheering on Steven. Fell into number 2, so Franklin Evans in car number 61. Currently, your high fast man with a 20.18 lap time. So John Kane, Donovan Carty in car number 3, making his way to the racetrack. Zach Heiser in the 14 as well. And Jeff Dillon in car number 62. That'll be your next 4 drivers. They start to roll on out of the race. And let's take here. We roll off of pit road. They got to roll all the way down here through turns 1 and 2 before they can come out. Right here, they got to go over that blue line. If not, they'll get a black flag. And, well, no one likes the black flag. So let's take a look here and see what this group will do. Green flag out on the racetrack, and it will be the number 9 of John Kane to be the first one out on the lap time. See as he works down the back stretch. Everybody's shooting to take down the 61 of Evans. Off of turn number 4 here. They come across the stripe, and it'll be the number 9 of Kane. He'll go 8th quick. Carty will go to 9th. Jeff Dillon going to jump up to 4th. And here comes Zach Heiser across the line. Heiser will be 12th overall. Here in group number 4, after 1 lap, Jeff Dillon set the fast time for these 4 drivers. Can he get a little bit quicker up off of turn number 4? We will see. Kane Carty now going to jump to 6th. Dillon still sitting in spot number 4, but went quicker last time. And Zach Heiser now with a 20.34. 20.34 for the 14 of Heiser. He got a little bit loose that time in 1 and 2. He'll regather it. This time off of turn number 4. Here comes Dillon across the stripe. He will go to number 3. Carty went quicker last time in that number 3. So Donovan Carty in the purple number 3. Sitting there in spot number 4 currently. Off of turn number 4. Can he go quicker on lap number 3? He will not, but John Kane will. John Kane jumps up to that number 4 spot. Jeff Dillon 3rd now. And that'll do it for group number 4. Group number 5 going to start to come out here. So still Franklin Evans holding on to that spot number 1 with a 20.18. And the next group ready to roll out will be led by the number 25. This is Nick Fleury. Nick Fleury going to roll out onto the racetrack out of Hudsonville, Michigan. Next in line will be, I believe, that was the number 48, Tim Rogers out of Binghamton, New York. Just down the road from where I am up in here at the Turn 3 Racing Network Northeast Studio. So up off of turn number 4 they come. David Patton out there as well in the 31 out of Indiana. And Devin McDonald out of Newfoundland in car number 18. So that's your next 4 drivers as Nick Fleury led them to the green flag. Let's see what kind of lap time will go into the books for lap number 1. For Fleury, he'll go 10th quick. Tim Rogers in the 48 jumps to number 6th overall. The 18 of McDonald is 16th. And David Patton there. So we'll take a look at the number 48 of Tim Rogers. He rolls up off a turn number 4. Will Rogers go quicker this time across the stripe? He goes quick time with a brand new pole time. 20.16. 20.16 for Rogers. Nick Fleury up to the 7th spot. Dave Patton 12th and McDonald 13th. Everybody now shooting for the number 48 of Rogers as now Fleury jumps to the number 3 spot. Remember, this will set your starting lineup for feature number 1 that'll come up at the conclusion of this qualifying. Now Patton jumps to 4th, Devin McDonald 5th. Tim Rogers has called it a day. He pulls it into the infield. He'll head down, save that car. Is Nick Fleury now with a 20.17 for Fleury as he'll come across the stripe. Patton as well now jumps to 2nd. So Patton now number 2 on the board. With an identical lap time, they'll go out to the smaller decimal places than we can there. So your top 3 cars all running a 20.16 on timing. And that is how that group will show. Our final group of cars making their way out of the racetrack, the final 2. The fastest 2 drivers in practice here tonight, the number 31. This is Zach Coyer and the 35 of Hayden Swank. Hayden Swank in car number 35 in that, I'll call that a yellow. Let's call it a tan. Yeah, we'll go with tan. So Swank out there trying to put down a fast lap. They're all looking to chase down the number 48, Tim Rogers, your current pole sitter. Let's take a look and see what they're going to do. You see a 20.15 for your top 2, 20.16 for Fleury. Come across the stripe for the 31 of Coyer, 20.36 for lap number 1. Swank taking it easy on the bottom side of the racetrack here, and a 23.79. We'll have to see these 2 drivers were the fastest cars in practice here this evening. That's why they get to go out last. So they come across stripe. Coyer going to go from 13th to 10th with a 20.24. 20.24 last time by for Coyer as he works down the backstretch into turn number 3. Kind of running that middle to upper groove, not right down to the bottom, keeping that momentum built up in that number 31. He'll come across the line, and Coyer will go to the top with a new quick time with a 20.15, 20.14, as you see there on your scoring. And now Swank will go to the top with a 20.11. Hayden Swank scoring quick time here tonight in race number 1 for the American Sim Racing Club Street Stock Scrambler Series. And Swank in car number 35 going to come across the stripe. Does he go quicker this time by? He will not, but he will set on your provisional pole so far as the checker flag has come out. And it is Hayden Swank, your pole sitter here this evening. So Hayden Swank going to sit on the pole as qualifying is now in the books as we get ready to go with feature number 1. 40 laps is on the distance, and this is your starting lineup. Starting on the pole will be the car number 35. It is Hayden Swank. Outside of him, car number 31. This is Zach Coyer. Tim Rogers will line up on the inside of row number 2. Outside of him, the number 38, this is David Patton. Nick Fleury and Franklin Evans make up row number 3. And row number 4, we'll see Devin McDonald and Stephen Hoffman. Car number 62 will be Jeff Dillon starting off 9th. And to his outside, his dancing partner in row number 5, this is the number 9 of John Kane. Donovan Cardy and Zach Kaiser will make up row number 6. As we roll down through here, there'll be Brian Waldassin, Charles Darling in row 7. Row number 8 will be Justin Callahan, Noah Boucher. Christian Perry will roll off 17th. Brett Hahn will roll off 18th. John DeMeester, Deontay Hewer, Ron Fox, and David Inkenbauer will roll off 22nd. 23rd, well, pay no attention to 23rd. That is our race control here tonight, the man who does all the hard and heavy lifting here for the American Sim Racing Club. That is Tanner Tallarico, and Tanner will not be starting here. 22 cars starting. Possibly if David Inkenbauer can get back to his car, but Hayden Swank is your provisional pole sitter, setting that fast time in qualifying here. So this feature event, 40 laps in distance here tonight. and it will be a good one for you. So please strap in, hit that thumbs up, let these drivers know that you appreciate their efforts. They come back, they watch these broadcasts back, and well, they see that thumbs up. They're just going to try a little bit harder next time to put on a better show. So make sure you hit that thumbs up. So the field rolling here on the front stretch, down into turn number 1 and 2, and down the back stretch. 40 laps is the distance here in feature number 1. And it will be Hayden Swank and Zach Coyer leading the field as they work down here in the turns 1 and 2. Next time by, we should go green flag racing. 21 cars strong. Top 12 will invert for feature number 2, so keep an eye on that. But the higher you finish, the more points you get. 12 race season here. We'll be on dirt, we'll be on road courses, and we are on the high-banked paved oval right here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. And race number 1 is about to go green as the green flag is up. Swank and Coyer lead them across the stripe, and we are underway. Down here in the turn number 1, they go side by side. They will race off at turn number 2. Coyer on the outside. Swank down low. Who's going to win the drag race in the turn number 3? And it's Coyer so far. Swank's going to get a little bit sideways. Hang on to it. Hayden Swank going to roll down to the inside of the racetrack. One trouble going around. That's the number 18 of Devin McDonald. And just like that, we are underneath our yellow flag for the first time here this evening. We'll start with the number 35 of Swank. He got a little bit loose getting in the corner underneath there, but then Devin McDonald went around. So let's take a look here at our Turn 3 Racing Network replay. See the 18, he's working up there. Oh, just got up into the left rear of the 61 around. He went to 14. Also involved the Zach Heiser. Doesn't look like too much damage on this race car, so they should be able to keep it pointed in the right direction, and, well, we'll keep on ticking. So Zach Coyer leading the field. The 48 of Tim Rogers runs in second unofficially. So we will see here the field waiting for the pace car. Pace truck. Let's see if they get it there. Couple of drivers coming down pit road. That would be Hayden Swank coming down pit road after he got loose in turns 3 and 4. So we will see what happens here. Everybody's coming down onto the racetrack waiting for the pace truck, which is caught up to the race leader now. So should be good to go with that. We look out the back side of that pace truck. The field formulates there. Hopefully you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. Make sure you hit that thumbs up when you can. Let these drivers know that you appreciate their efforts. Zach Coyer, Tim Rogers will be up on the front row now. So a tough break for your fast time here tonight of Hayden Swank as he's down here on pit road. As we sit on the roll bar, looking over the right shoulder. As he tries to beat the pace trucker off. So Hayden Swank going to come back out onto the racetrack. It looks like lights might have been extinguished around the racetrack as we will see Zach Coyer in the control. A lot of good looking race cars. What's your favorite color out there? Is it the blues? Is it the greens? Green flag is back out. That means go, and Coyer not waiting any time. He'll jump out to an early healthy lead down here in the turn number 3. As we are back to racing here as we roll through turns 1 and 2 and down the backstretch for the first time. They spread them out 3 wide behind them. That was the 61 of Evans thought about making it 3 wide there for a moment. Thought better of it. And just like that, scoring is jumping around a little bit. Don't be alarmed there. The caution laps do not count. So that's why we're back here already. Just updating everybody what's going on. The 31 of Coyer leads it. Here comes David Patton in that 38. Already up 2 spots from the starting position here tonight. The 38 of Patton right there. It's a good battle as Tim Rogers rim riding down there. Here comes Evans in that number 61. Evans down to the inside through turns 3 and 4. Can he make something happen? Trying to dig down low. Here's the 61 of Evans. Really working it down low. Rogers on the outside. Right now, that outside does not seem to be the place to be, as the fastest lap last time by was set by Nick Fleury in with a 20.24 last time by. So let's take a look at this time as he crosses the stripe. Who sets the fast time? It looks like David Patton so far. Quickest with a 20.16. That is the fastest lap of the race so far this evening. Here in feature number 1. Remember, twin features, 40 laps in distance. Both paying full points. And an undisclosed amount in purse funds is what I was told. So maybe they'll share. Would you out there? We'll find out. Here comes Fleury. He's got a good run on Patton this time down the back stretch. Can't quite make it happen that time in the turn number 3. But they're all chasing Zach Coyer, who enjoys a 0.3 of a second race lead. Let's go a little bit deeper in the field. 75 down low. That is Justin Callahan. He's trying to make his way to the field. And let's take a look at your pole sitter. Here comes Swank. He's down low. He's trying to get by the Jet. Brett the Jet Hahn trying to get there. You hear him on the call here for the American Sim Racing Club on Sunday nights and Tuesdays, I do believe. Right now, that Jet looking more like a plane. What do you think? No? I better be nice. He'll beat me up later. Zach Coyer, though, still on the front of this one. He has opened up to a half-second lead. Remember, top 12 will invert. A good battle inside there. Here comes a 3 of Donovan Carty. Carty working down the back stretch. The battle of the purple cars. Yellow flag coming out. We've got trouble. Looks like the 18 of McDonald and Deontay Hewer involved once again. Not once again, but involved here on lap number 9. As the number 18 will make it down pit road. Let's take a look back and see what happened. Down here in the turn number 1, the 18 works the inside of the 00. Oh, they make contact. Hewer. Oh, hard contact to the outside retaining wall. That might spell backup car for feature number 2. The 18 also. Let's watch that back one last time. Let's go on board and watch from the shoulder cam. Ooh, hard hit. Hard hit for Deontay Hewer, the driver out of Colorado. Not the night that he was hoping to have in feature number 1 here as we come back to live pictures. And both McDonald is down there. I'm not sure where Hewer has gone to. He is down here on pit road. Deontay Hewer rolling off of pit road. Now with the yellow flags, the laps not counting, the drivers have time to fix their cars as much as possible. Hey, Kyle Lesher in chat. Glad to see you tuning on in. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Let these drivers know that you appreciate their efforts here tonight. And it looks like the 18 also rolling out back out there. I don't think that Hewer will have to worry about overheating issues here tonight in feature number 1. They'll get the backup car out. He'll have a brand new one for feature number 2. And just like that, though, we're back underway. A very quick yellow flag, and Coyer trying to get back onto the gas pedal first. jumps out, but they are all wadded up behind them as they work down the back stretch. Down through turns 3 and 4. 2x2, top two cars have scored it out to a single file fashion. Then that is on back there as a drag race down here in the turn number 1. 38 of Patton down low. Can he make anything happen underneath the 48 of Rogers? He will do so. So Patton now up to the number 3 spot. A little bit more passing back here. Here comes Darling in the 18. He is so far tied for your biggest mover of the race with Noah Boucher, who now takes that spot away. So Boucher in the 16 and Darling in the 88, both up 7 spots early on in this one as we close in on the halfway point of feature number 1 here for the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Night number 1 for the American Sim Racing Club Street Stock IROC Series. David Patton worked there. So we got a bid for your race lead. Nick Fleury down to the inside. Can he make it stick in the turn number 3? Coyer to the outside. Here he comes trying to work the outside. Get that momentum built up. He'll be hanging right there on the door panel, but the yellow flag is out. And that might have saved Coyer if he was your race leader last time by. And it looks like it might be Nick Fleury now taking over that. It looks like John DeMeester is in trouble here in our 3rd yellow flag of the evening. Let's take a look here and see what happened to Demeter. He's working the outside of the 18 of McDonald. Hewitt right there in front. Oh, God, he kind of got squeeze played there, and around he will go. Oh, a little bit of contact to that left rear quarter panel. Let's watch it back one more time. Come off the corner, you see McDonald down to the inside. And to make a slight contact, and around he will go. Oof. That was some hard contact down there in turns number 3. But DeMeester able to get the car pointed back in the right direction and bring it down pit road where he sits. Also the 00 of Hewer also down there on pit road as well. Eric Honda chiming in. Yes, very cool. A lot of hard work to get these paint schemes done up like that. In the coming weeks, we're going to work on so your driver's name will be highlighted that'll match their car. So we're going to work on that over the next week here after tonight's racing. Double feature on tap here tonight. 40 laps of distance. You'll be all green flag racing laps as yellow flags do not count. As we get ready to go back to the green flag, into the restart zone they go. Fleury's going to drop the hammer. And we are back underway as they work down here into turn number 1. The 31 of Coyer giving chase. Tries to work underneath them as they work off of turn number 2. Down the backstretch, Fleury. Can he hold them off? He'll have to open an inside lane open for Coyer. Coyer rolls the bottom, this time up off the corner. Can he make it stick? He cannot. .25 laps to go, and we've got a hornet's nest behind your top 2. Here comes the 23, Stephen Hoffman. He is trying to figure out which lane to go with because right in front of him, you got the 38 down low. That is David Patton. Outside of him, Tim Rogers in that 48 automobile. And they thought about going 3 wide for him. A little bit of contact between Evans and the 61 and the 23 of Hoffman. Everybody keeps it pointed in the right direction as they come across stripe. 23 laps to go here in feature number 1. Evans works that outside of the racetrack. Here comes Charles Darling around the outside of Noah Boucher. Those two drivers have been Velcroed together since the drop of the green flag. They started way out back. Right now, Noah Boucher, your hard charger, up 8 positions as he works underneath the 88 of Darling. Here comes Wild Ashton in that 951 as well. Oh, hang on to it. A little bit of contact between Boucher and the 88 of Darling. They get a little bit sideways up off of turn number 2. 21 laps to go, and it is Fleury out front as they're all chasing Nick Fleury. We watch this battle. 3 wide. Here comes Boucher. He has to jump on the binders. Somehow they saved it. A little bit of bumper tag back here as the 16 of Boucher really out of shape. Might have a tire going down on that 16. See if he can regain it as he works underneath there. Callahan to the outside. He is in trouble. McDonald as well. They'll make some more contact back here at the back of the pack. Whew. How they haven't wrecked yet is beyond me. I don't know. Great driving out there between Callahan and Boucher. Boucher's tires starting to come back into it. Maybe just got a little heated there with just 19 laps to go. Plenty of time to get back forward. But up front, pressure from Coyer. He'll take a peek to the inside. Can he make it stick up off of turn number 2? Zach Coyer down low, trying to take the race lead back from the 25 of Fleury. Coyer down low. Fleury working the outside of the racetrack. Going to try to pin him down low as they drag a race off of turn number 4. 17 circuits left to go here at the half mile in the Nashville Fairgrounds. And this is a good one. Oh, hang on to it, Coyer. Almost some contact up off of the corners. They work down here into the turns. Coyer working down in spot number 2. Can't do anything with him. How about Franklin Evans? He's going to try to get underneath the Skull Bandit, Team Skull Bandit Racing, the 48 of Tim Rogers. Rogers running in that 4th position. Hoffman trying to take it away from him in 5th. David Patton right there as well, ready to strike as he rounds out your podium here in this one. Zach Coyer stalking Fleury with 15 laps to go. We take a look from high above. You see the action back here with Darling. He's been working it outside the racetrack. That is actually the 48 as Evans gets loose. They've gone 3 wide for a moment. Everybody keeps it pointed in the right direction. Great racing here in feature number 1 as now Evans crosses back underneath Jeff Dillon. This is the battle for 7th. Or the battle for 5th, excuse me, is now the yellow flag will come out. Yellow flag coming back out. Looks like Noah Boucher in trouble here on the front stretch. We'll have to take a look and see what we can find out what happened to Boucher. Tristan Perry also involved. Let's take a look what happened off of turn number 4. Boucher way up high, gets a little bit loose. Oh, got on the side of Kane. Tristan Perry nowhere to go. He clips the number 2 as well. So multiple cars involved here on the front stretch as Noah Boucher got loose up off of turn number 4. You see the contact with the number 08 of Erie. And just like that, we are underneath the yellow flag here once again. Your race leader, though, is the number 25 of Nick Fleury. Zach Coyer is 2nd. And rounding out your top 3, Stephen Hoffman. As it looks like the 38 of David Patton has gone pit side. Not sure where the 38 of Patton has gone. It looks like maybe some electrical issues on the 38. Tough break for the driver of number 38. It has been a hot minute since I've been in the booth, well, at least by myself, Kyle. You are right. So it's glad to be back here. Glad that ASRC is back with us, bringing all of their divisions to their home broadcast network, the Turn 3 Race Network. We are very proud of that fact. We can't thank them enough as the green flag is back out. Fleury not wasting any time. trying to get away from the number 31 of Zach Coyer. Stephen Hoffman now runs in that number 3 spot. Here comes Evans as he'll work wheel to wheel down the backstretch with the 48 of Rogers. Rogers working the outside of the racetrack. Jeff Dillon back there as well, as they all work here with 11 laps to go. Next time by, it'll be double high fives from our flagman high above the racetrack here tonight. Is Nick Fleury going to get that first as they work down through turns 3 and 4. Here to come off of turn 4. 10 laps to go in feature number 1, and it is Nick Fleury showing the way. He's got some fast company right there. Here comes Coyer. He'll take a peek to the inside, down the backstretch. Can't quite do anything with him. Gets through turns 3 and 4. And you see the 25 running that higher line. Able to keep the momentum up, but Coyer with a great look down low. Zach Coyer working to the inside of the 25 of Fleury down the backstretch. Can he do anything with him in the turn number 3? He cannot. Hoffman has to check up as he was on the outside of Coyer. He tries to cut it back low. Now Hoffman down low. Stephen Hoffman trying to bid for your runner-up position. Would like to take a shot at Nick Fleury. Top 3 cars separating themselves just under a second. Back to the number 48 of Tim Rogers. Evans gets sideways back there as well. That stacks them up. Here comes the number 3 of Cordy, excuse me. And that number 3 working down low. No changes up front as we watch this battle back here inside the top 10. Old Aston right there in front. Darling going to work the outside now. Cardi going to switch lanes up. Trying to find a way around both these drivers. Can he figure it out? Not yet. Meanwhile, back up at the front of the field, Hoffman taking a peek down low underneath Zach Coyer. Coyer up the racetrack. Here comes the 23 of Hoffman. Can't do anything with it, but hard contact behind him. I believe that was Callahan. Oh, Tristan Perry also involved as well, as very hard contact to the outside retaining wall for the 75. Brett Hahn also involved. Let's take a look back here and see what has happened to bring out our yellow flag. Coming down in the turn number 3, to see the 18 of McDonald back there as well. They were 3 wide in front of them. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there between the 18 and the 71. Nowhere to go. Tristan Perry also hard contact. Let's watch that back once again. Let's go on board the driver cam. See McDonald right there to the back bumper, and they just get hooked. And hard contact. Brett Hahn nowhere to go. And a lot of wreckage behind the number 75. Tristan Perry, and that leaves Perry and DeMeester down on pit road. They'll come back out. Noah Boucher coming to pit road this time. No, just kidding. So it'll be 4-lap shootout. It'll be a 3-lap shootout when the green flag comes back out. Everybody vying to get back inside that top 12. The top 12 will get inverted in feature number 2. And this one right now shows Nick Fleury showing it should be a single file restart. Underneath, 10 laps to go. All restarts will be single file. And Nick Fleury going to jump on the gas pedal. He opens up a good 2-3 car length advantage. They come across the stripe. 3 laps to go. Make it 4. Steve Hoffman runs in spot number 3, and then back here, everybody trying to jostle for position. Every point matters. You'll never know what will come of it. They come up off the corner. 3 to go. Trouble off of turn number 4. And I believe that was Noah Boucher who has come to a stop up on the outside of turn 4. Now gets the car fired. And another hard wreck here at the end of feature number 1. Let's see, did they work down here into the corner? Oh, look, Darling got sideways. Oh, it happened in front of him, actually. So the 14 involved as well as Zach Kaiser. Let's see what happened here. Let's come back here. Again, Heiser up into the outside wall. Same with McDonald. And that'll bring out the yellow flag. And I'm going to say some heavy front end damage to that number 14. Possibly a right front tire down, as that car would not steer in the turn number 1. So 3 laps to go. Nick Fleury is your current race leader in that number 25. Outside of him, or in second spot, is that 31 of Zach Coyer. Third car, Stephen Hoffman. And car number 23 is third. Then it'll be Tim Rogers in fourth. Jeff Dillon, fifth. Sixth spot belongs to the 61 of Franklin Evans. Hayden Swank in car number 35, your pole sitter for this first feature. He sits 7th after his spin early on in tonight. Pace truck into the safe haven to pit road. A green, white checkered coming at you. So you work up out the corner. Green flag is back out. Field works through turns 1 and 2. Down the back stretch they come. Here comes Evans to the inside of Jeff Dillon. He'll take away that 5th spot. Come across stripe. It'll be the white flag. Final trip in feature number 1 for Nick Fleury. Started back in the 5th spot. Finds himself leading. Here comes Zach Coyer. Coyer, one last ditch effort. Darling going to go around on the back stretch. But off of turn number 4, it'll be the 25 of Nick Fleury. He will strike first. He'll win feature number 1. Coyer will come home second. Hoffman third. Rogers and Dillon unofficially rounding out your top 5 here in feature number 1. And that will be come to an end for your first of 2 40-lap segments here. And let's take a look. It's going to tell you that it is the heat race number 1, but this is what your results look like from feature number 1. Nick Fleury picking up the win. Zach Coyer will come home second. Stephen Hoffman third. Tim Rogers and Jeff Dillon. Franklin Evans will come home 6th. Brian Wildassin 7th. Hayden Swank 8th. Donovan Carty and Deontay Hewer rounding out your top 10. John Kane, Brett Hahn, Ron Fox, Tristan Perry, Justin Callahan, John DeMeester, Noah Boucher, Charles Darling, and rounding out your field was Devin McDonald and David Patton. That was your 21 cars took the green flag. And now it is the warm-up period here for feature number 2. The drivers getting ready to strap in to either a new car or whatnot for them. And we'll see if we can catch up with our winner from heat race, or from feature number 1. We're going to be headed to feature number 2 in just about 2 minutes. We'll see if we can get a word with Nick. He might have stepped away for just a moment, but Nick Fleury picking up the feature 1 win And what was a pretty exciting race. These drivers really putting it on the line here for us in feature number 1, and Nick Fleury picking up that win as everybody gets ready to go for another quick 40 laps here tonight. And what is the opening round for the American Sim Racing Club is Nick Fleury is down here in Victory Lane, and we'll go down here and we're playing peekaboo here, but Nick Fleury picking up the feature 1 win in the opening race for this brand new series. And how'd you get it done? What a white knuckled racing it looked like out there.
Yeah, definitely. I was careful in practice to try to figure out how you could race around cars, and I tried to utilize that quickly. Then as the race went on, I think everyone else was starting to pick up exactly what you got to do with this car. And at that moment, it was just hold them off as best I can.
Well, feature 1, you had Zach Coyer out there, and he was led early. You were able to wrestle that lead away from him. But now, feature number 2, another 40 laps, plenty of time to get there. But you get that invert of 12. You're going to have to start 12th. You got the maximum points here in feature number 1. What's it going to be, the sweep tonight or maximize here in feature 2?
Oh, I don't know about, I don't really care about points, so it's all about just maximize having fun racing out there.
That's right.
So we'll see what it goes. But I do have to point out that I got lucky. When I was side by side with Zach, he didn't have a chance to fight back to try to get that lead back, and that caution came out. But I'll take it.
Hey, well, congratulations. Anyone you'd like to give a quick thank you to? I know that we're starting to grid up here for feature number 2. Who made it all possible for this win?
Yeah, I got to thank my sponsors, CPM Incorporated, and my teammates over at RG Racing, and of course, got to thank my Lord and Savior and my beautiful wife.
Well, congratulations, Nick. We hope to talk to you again here at the end of feature number 2. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
There you go. That is Nick Fleury, your feature 1 winner, and just like that, we are ready to go with feature number 2, and this is how they will line up. It'll be Brett Hahn picking up the pole after the invert. He'll start on pole position in car number 71. John Kane in car number 9 will roll off second. Starting on the inside of row number 2 will be the 00 of Deontay Hewer, and to his outside will be Donovan Carty in car number 3. Car number 35 will roll off 5th. That is Hayden Swank. And to his outside will be car number 951. This is Brian Waldassin. Waldassin will roll off in 6th. Franklin Evans in car number 61 will roll off 7. Jeff Dillon 8th. And rolling off 9th inside of row number 5, that will be Tim Rogers in the 48. And outside of him, it'll be car number 62 of Jeff Dillon. Tim Rogers and Stephen Hoffman will roll off 9th and 10th. Zach Coyer and Nick Fleury rounding out your first 6 rows. Let's take a look at the remaining. Starting on the field, Ron Fox will roll off 13th. Tristan Perry will come 14th. Justin Callahan in car number 75 will roll off 15th. Outside of him, the number 2, John DeMeester. Noah Boucher and Charles Darling will make up row number 9, and inside of row number 10 will be the number 14 of Zach Heiser. Devin McDonald, David Patton, and David Aikenbauer will make up our 22-car field. It looks like we have lost David Patton for the night, so his 38 not able to make the call here for feature number 2. So 20 cars deep, 40 laps of action, and it looks like Brett Hahn sent to the rear of the field as we get ready to go with feature number 2, and it is live and green, and we are underway. You are going to jump to your earlier race lead as they are 3 wide back here. 1 car going around. I believe that's the 61 of Franklin Evans, the 75 involved as well, along with Boucher here on the back stretch. And just like that, a quick yellow flag here in feature number 2. Doesn't look like too much damage on those drivers, but let's take a look and see what happened to Franklin Evans, as he was the first car to go around here in turn number 2. Evans down low, just got down in that apron and just around it went. And everybody else trying to check up. Hard right front contact to the 61 of Evans' car. You got to wonder about the 75 of Justin Callahan as well, as he is on pit road trying to work on the damage of that car. Let's see if we can get a good look at it. And it doesn't look like we are going to be able to. Here, let's see down on pit lane, nothing there. But a quick yellow flag here to start feature number 2, and it shows the 00 of Hewer, who will jump on the gas pedal first. And we are back underway with the field down here in the turn number 1. Hewer jumping in. Here comes Swank. Hayden Swank's that fast time in qualifying. Remember, if you're just tuning on in, this is feature number 2. The 25 of Nick Fleury picked up the first 40-lap feature. Has to come from the 12th position. We'll see what they can do. Swank's that fast time got loose on the opening lap in feature number 1. And now finds himself bidding for your race lead behind the 00 of Hewer. Hewer, Swank, Wildassen, your top 3. Here comes the 62 of Jeff Dillon. Last time by, Wildassen set fastest lap of the race with a 20.35. Is the yellow flag, as we've got wholesale parts on the front stretch. Here it looks like Charles Darling involved in here, along with a slew of other drivers. Tristan Perry in the 08 involved, as we are slowed for the second time here quickly in feature number 2. Perry right there, got a little bit sideways up off the corner, and it just got real tight there. Darling into the backside of the 61 of Evans, who was trying to give Perry some time. Let's take another look at this one from a different point of view. Up off the corner, and it was big contact right there, and you can just see the damage of everyone else involved. We will have to wait and see who is going to make it back out of that one, as that was some heavy hits here, as we are slowed for the second time in feature number 2. And the opening night, first debut for the All-American Sim Racing Street Stock Scrambler Series. We will see these drivers on the dirt. We will go to a road course. Plenty of different drivers. These drivers will have to be good on all different types of surfaces and disciplines. And at the end of the season, we will crown a champion. But as Nick says, we're just here to have some fun. We're hoping you're having some fun out there. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Let these drivers know that you appreciate the efforts that they are doing out there. Right now, the best lap time of the race belongs to Brian Wildassen with a 20.35. So that third place car, they're one of the fastest cars on the racetrack early on. And this one, as the green flag comes back up, Hewer jumps on the gas pedal, and he'll get through the gearbox first down here in the turn number 1. Swank going to try to roll the outside of the racetrack. Can he make it work up off the corner? Sideways for Hewer. He'll have to jack up on the gas pedal. And somehow they all managed to do it, but that'll give Swank your race lead as they work up off the turn number 4. Lap 5 into the books, and it is Swank taking over the race lead after he started in the 5th position. Jeff Dillon in that 62 runs in spot number 2. He started 8th in this feature. So making some moves early on in this one. Deontay Howard runs there in spot 3rd. He's under pressure from the 951 of Wildassen. They run side by side back here. That is the battle for the 4th spot. Now no longer. Zach Coyer making his way up through here. Zach Coyer looking for the battle for 3rd. Hewer gets a little bit sideways. That's going to check everybody up. Hang on to it. Somehow they make it through there as we go behind them with our drone camera. Hoffman gets sideways. Here comes Fleury. He'll make contact with Zach Coyer off the corner. 3 wide down the front stretch. Hang on to it, drivers. Great action here in the middle of the pack. Here Coyer gets a little bit sideways right in front of Carty. In that number 3. Everybody doing a great job letting each other catch it. But great action. Hewer sideways in front of the field. Coyer's going to go around. Zach Coyer finished 2nd in feature number 1, and that will bring out the yellow flag. And hard contact as they were 3 and 4 wide racing. And Zach Coyer going to go around here. Let's take a look from the blimp cam. He had the number 14 to the outside, and they just kind of got stuck together. Not sure what happened down the rest of the field. The 18 gone around, the 14 also involved. Brett Hahn also involved. Let's take a look out the front camera on Hahn's car. Around he will go. Has not been the night that we're used to accustomed seeing from Brett Hahn. Zach Coyer's car able to continue on out there as well. His lights are still on the pace car. A lot of good racing out there. You are right, Eric. It does look hard to pass. It takes a little bit of time to set up a pass, but these drivers able to do it. We saw a lot of comers and goers last in feature number 1. Right now we're seeing a lot of cars coming to the front here in feature number 2 as we get ready to go. Off of turn number 4, Swank gonna be your control car. He'll jump on the loud pedal first. And we are back underway here with just already 10 laps into the books, 30 laps remaining on night number 1 for the American Sim Racing Club Street Stock Scrambler Series as they work up off of turn number 2 and down the back stretch they come. Swank really holding the pretty wheel. Remember, he's that fast time. I know I've said that a few times, but that car fast. Jeff Dillon as well. Late in addition to the roster here that I was told. He has come here ready to take home a victory lane. Let's see, our biggest mover of the race so far belongs to the 14. That is Zach Heiser. And Heiser did not talk much about him in the first feature. But he is currently up 12 positions inside the top 10, and he is following the race feature one race winner, Nick Fleury. Say that 5 times fast. So Fleury right there in front of him in that 25 as we go on the board with Heiser. Looking out there as we got a bid for your race lead. Jeff Dillon drag racing down here in the turns 1, 3, and 4, side-by-side battle for your race lead. Swank to the outside. He'll roll the outside pretty well there, but they're still side-by-side. Don't blink or you might miss who's going to lead this one. Swank to the outside as they work down the backstretch. He'll put the nose out in front until they get to turn number 3. Down low, here comes Jeff Dillon in that 62, and he's brought Hoffman. Hoffman trying to figure out which lane to go with as they are all battling for the race lead. Top 3 cars battling for the race lead. Swank has it working the outside of the speedway. Dylan trying to attack down low, but now he's under attack from the 23 of Steve Hoffman. Hoffman trying to find a way into the number 2 position so he can take a shot at Swank, and he's going to have to hold on as the yellow flag comes out, as I believe the number 3 of Donovan Carty has gone around here on the front stretch, and that car might be broke. It does not look like it wants to turn. It looks like also involved was Franklin Evans. And that might be an ending of the night for Carty, who looks like has to take the tow. Let's take a look back here and see what happened. Up off a turn number 4 they come. Oh, he had the check up there. It's out the backside of the Darling. And heavy, heavy damage to the front of the car there. Let's take one more peek at it from our fan cam. From up inside the grandstands here tonight, and you just see the contact there, slight and then hard contact. And I believe that's going to knock the right front right out of that number 3. Evans in the 61 will be able to pull away. But drivers down on pit road getting the cars fixed here in feature number 2. 24 laps to go. We want to thank everybody for tuning on in here, as this is night number 1 for the All-American Sim Racing Club's Street Stock Scrambler Series. Next week, well, we go to Ohio, Rossburg, Ohio, to the Eldora Speedway. Our first look at the dirt street stocks, as these drivers will be tested early on here as they go to the half mile there at Eldora. Be our second type of surface. As the green flag comes back out, Swink going to jump on the gas pedal. Dylan second, Hoffman now third. Hoffman down to the inside as he tries to get a run on the 62 of Dylan. Can he make anything happen down the back stretch? Dylan with the momentum to the outside. Here comes the 00 Hewer back. 14 of Heiser inside the top 5 as he works around the 25 of Nick Fleury. Fleury, your feature 1 winner, down to the inside of Heiser. They might have traded some paint. That time off of the corner. Oh, Heiser going to go to the inside. Heiser spins to the infield down in turn number 3. After running inside the top 5, he will bring out our yellow flag for the 5th time here in feature number 2. And let's see what happened to Heiser. He worked the outside of the 25 of Fleury. Oh, he got the outside wall and it shot him down, it looks like, into the nose of Nick Fleury. He's able to point that car and drive away, so maybe that car is not hurt too bad. Let's take a look and we'll go off the front bumper of Nick Fleury. And see him just take that left-hand turn off the outside retaining wall. Nothing I don't think Fleury was anticipating. I don't think that the 14 of Heiser was either. So we will re-rack them, re-stack them. So we get ready to go 22 laps. Just 2 laps shy of being halfway. As you are watching the American Sim Racing Club right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Glad to have you in here tonight. Hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Let these drivers know right there on the YouTube chat. Make sure you let them know that they come back, they look and they see the thumbs up. That lets the drivers know you appreciate their efforts. And we're back green flag racing down here in the turn 1 and 2. Swank gonna jump onto the gas pedal. Has it, but here comes Dylan with a run to the outside. He'll tuck it in line. Stephen Hoffman runs there in spot number 3 as he works to the inside. Can't do anything with him. Hewer and Fleury battling it back here for inside the top 5. That's the battle for the 4th position. As Fleury started this feature in spot number 12, trying to move up 8 spots. But your biggest mover of the race is the 14 of Heiser, who's already back inside the top 10 as he's up to 8th. So Heiser able to rebound pretty nicely so far after that last spin cycle, as we are just past halfway. Hayden Swank got to the race lead, but he is being challenged now. Jeff Dillon taking a look to the inside. And you can see Dillon trying to find a way around him with the battle box. This is the battle for your race lead. Hoffman in 3rd. He's trying to come up, play spoiler. His top 3 cars breaking away. We keep it glued right here as they work up off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Oh, that time Dillon a little bit sideways. Hoffman has to get out of the gas pedal, allow the 62 of Dillon to hold on to it, and he does so. So they settle it back out. A little bit more racing back here towards the back of the pack. 61 of Evans. Brett Hahn also involved, and he's sitting in that 12th position. Hahn working behind the 61 of Evans, trying to make a move. They're going to go 3 wide down the front stretch. Hans will back out of it. Live to see another day with just 15 laps to go. Hewer in the outside retaining wall, and heavy right front damage on that 00. And that car does not look like it'll turn. We will see if Hewer can make it to pit road, but tough break for the 00 of Deontay Hewer. Swank still leads over Dillon and Hoffman. 4th place now, Nick Fleury. He's trying to make it a 4-car battle at the top of this one. As one car goes around, that looks like Franklin Evans. Oh, the 88 of Darling going to go around. He'll get tacked by Boucher. And yellow flag will come out once again after hard contact for the 61 of Evans. Let's take a look and see what happened. Evans down low. Oh, just got into the corner, had to check up. Hahn rolled it a little bit better. He got into the back side of him. And then Darling, this will go on board with Darling. On the outside he went around and hard hit as the field rolled by the number 88 of Darling. Some housekeeping. Looks like the number 75 of Justin Callahan is out of the race. He only didn't even make it 1 lap here in feature number 2. A tough break for the driver of the 75. John DeMeester also still on pit road with his number 2. Boucher out on the racetrack. Looks like Donovan Carty still on pit road as well. And now Deontay Hewer on pit road, trying to make some repairs to the cars. The green flag comes back out. We are back underway with just 12 circuits remaining. Swank to the outside. Here comes with a crossover move from the 62 of Dillon. Dillon down low. Can he make a bid at it this time in the turn 3? He cannot. He'll roll out of the gas. Swank up the racetrack. The car starting to bottom out. You see the sparks. Swank trying to make a move as we go on board with him as Dillon down to the inside. Can he make the pass stick this time in the turn number 3? Jeff Dillon down low trying to take the race lead away from Swank. That time Swank got a little bit loose. Here comes Dillon. 4 cars thrown underneath the blanket. Nick Fleury throwing his tag. He's trying to sweep the night. He'll go from the outside to the inside. Now tucks it back to the outside as the 23 of Hoffman throws the block. But all eyes are at the front of this one. Swank shows the way. 9 circuits left to go. Here comes Fleury to the outside. Hoffman down low. Side by side. That time Swank a little bit of a wiggle off of turn number 2. Swank trying to get the momentum rebuilt on the outside. He'll get it. He'll lead at the stripe. Hayden Swank working the outside of the speedway to perfection. Jeff Dillon down low. Here comes Fleury. He'll put the nose to the inside of Hoffman. He'll have to jump on the binders. Swank now holds on to the race lead. 7 laps to go. He'll slam the door on the 62 of Jeff Dillon. Somebody check the forehead. As your top 4 and make it 5. How about Tim Rogers now into your 5th spot? Don't look now. The hard charger of the race to the number 14 of Zach Heiser. Heiser up to the 6th position. After starting 19th in this feature, was inside the top 5. Remember, had that little dust up with Nick Fleury after contact with the outside retaining wall. 6 to go, make it 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go for the 35 of Swank, who works the outside, cuts it down low. Jeff Dillon, has he been hunting this prey? He'll take a peek to the inside. Can't quite make the move this time off of turn number 4, but that time Swank a little bit loose. Was that the opening that Dillon needed? He'll swing to the inside, and no, the yellow flag will fly, and it'll negate that run that Jeff Dillon just had. Let's take a look back here and see what we can find out what happened to Devin McDonald. McDonald on the outside of Brett Hahn. He gets underneath him, a little contact, and just got loose, could not save it. And Evans there as well in that number 61 automobile. And that'll bring out our 7th yellow flag of feature number 2 for the American Sim Racing Club. Remember, next Wednesday night, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, you can see these drivers slinging the mud at the house that Earl built at the Eldora Speedway in Rossburg, Ohio. That is where the series will head to next. Trade the clean asphalt cars for the dirt slingers. Here they come. Green flag is up. We're back underway. 3 laps to go. Dillon takes a book to the inside. Can he make it stick this time? Up off of turn number 2. Cannot. He'll have to get back in line, pedal a little bit harder. 1 car out of shape. That was Tim Rogers down the backstretch. Here comes Heiser. Heiser up to 5th now, around the outside of the car. 1 car gone around, yellow flag back out. As Brett Hahn has come to a stop in turn number 4. Let's see what happened to Brett. Zach Coyer working down to the inside. Oh, got down on the apron, and that washed the front of the car up. And just around he went in hard contact for both cars there. Very hard contact for the 71. Let's go on board. You see the 31 down low. Just got down in the apron, washed them up into the front there. And around he went, hard contact for the 71 of Han. Lights are out on top of the pace car. We shall see a restart this time by. It'll be Swank, Dillon, Hoffman, Fleury, and Rogers. Your top 5. One spot outside of a top 5. A nice rebound, though, for the 14 of Kaiser. How about John Kane in car number 9? Inside of the top 10, Wildassin, Evans, and McDonald. That rounds out your top 10. As the green flag is back up, we're back underway. Down the front stretch they go. Hoffman down trying to block the advancements of Fleury as they go 4 wide back here. Evans and Wildassin making contact. Brett Hahn going to sneak by from that battle. But up front, this time off the turn number 4. White flag is up. 1 more half mile to go for Hayden Swank. Came in, set fast time in qualifying. Did not have the run he wanted in feature number 1. Can he end the night here with a victory? Up off a turn number 4. One last ditch effort from the 62 of Dillon. He's not going to get there. Swank is going to pick up feature number 2. Dillon will come home second. Third will go to Hoffman. Fleury will come home fourth. And Tim Rogers rounding out your top 5 unofficially as your race winner of feature number 2 will be the number 35 of Hayden Swank. And Swank going to come down here onto the front stretch. Jeff Dillon as well. They're going to try to burn it down here on the front stretch. As he burns it down, we'll get ready to go into our post-race show as Hayden Swank picking up the win here in feature number 2. Don't go away. We will be right back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Bowling brings people together.
Right down the middle. You got it. Uh-oh. Good job.
See what you can do, man.
Oh. Wait.
That's a strike right there.
Woo!
Connect with family and friends. Go bowling.
And welcome back here to the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, where night number 1 for the All-American Sim Racing Club, American Sim Racing Club's Street Stock Scrambler Series has just come to a close, and picking up feature number 2 will go to the number 35 of Hayden Swank, and we're going to get down here onto the front stretch and get a word with our winner for tonight's feature number 2. We'll get Hayden to come up here in to talk with us in just a moment. It was a great race here tonight. 40 laps of action times 2, so 80 laps for you guys out there. And it was a good one. Let's see if we can get our driver up in here. We'll go down to them. Here we are. We're down here. Oh, there he goes. Here we go. We're down here in victory lane with our race winner of feature number 2. Set fast time on the night. Feature number 1, we won't even talk about that, but nice rebound. How'd you get it done here in feature number 2, picking up 4 spots to hold on to the win here tonight?
Yeah, I knew that if I could get to the high side on the restarts, I'd have a chance to advance my position. And fortunately, I was able to do that, got those opportunities, was able to execute. But I thought that would be the biggest challenge of the night, but I was, proven wrong in a hurry. Jeff ran a hell of a race there. That was some of the most fun I've ever had in these cars. The most fun I've ever had in these cars, racing on the high side with him there. So, ton of fun out here.
Yeah, night number 1, gonna pick up a victory here tonight. It's gotta feel pretty good for yourself, Hayden. Talk about those last few restarts. Jeff Dillon really putting the pressure to you. Had that run where you guys ran multiple laps side by side, and then you're able to make it stick there. The yellow flag coming out. What were your thoughts in those last couple of restarts that you knew you had some fast guys coming up behind you?
Yeah, I knew I was weak all night on the shift, so I definitely got scared for those last few restarts. But I was able to kind of get a good launch and kind of time it up based off of what guys were doing in the mirror. So we were able to get away pretty good. And once I was able to gap by a few car lengths, I knew we had it secured pretty well, but still it was not smooth sailing at the end.
Well, you're gonna put this car into the trailer, and we're gonna head up the road to Rossburg, Ohio next week. Already going to test you guys out onto the dirt at Eldora. What's your outlook for the dirt next Wednesday night?
Survive. That is my only goal for next week, is just to survive. I barely touch the dirt stuff here on iRacing. I know it's a lot of fun, but I think a lot of these guys are going to have my number next week. So we'll see what we can make happen. It is a Scrambler race, so anything goes, but yeah, just really excited for next week.
Well, congratulations on the win. Let this one sink in. Before I let you go, let you roll the red carpet out. Who makes it all possible behind the scenes for this 35 to be here in Victory Lane? Yeah.
First off, I want to give a huge shout out to the ASRC and Tanner Tellerico for putting on an amazing show. This series has been in the works for a long time, and I'm glad to see it was a success on night 1, and I can't wait to race in it for the rest of the season. And also got to give a shout out to Epic Insurance Brokers and Consultants for always supporting my career. Tonight was a lot of fun, and we'll go see if we can make it through next week at Eldora.
Sounds good. We look forward to seeing you next week. Hey, when you get back down there, make sure you send Jeff up our way, will you?
Yeah, I'll send him right up.
All right. Congratulations. That's your Feature 2 winner here tonight at Nashville, Hayden Swankin. We'll see him next week on the dirt. Though he says, I think he might be playing a little coy with us on that one. So, but how about our second place finisher here tonight? Runner up here tonight is the number 62 of Jeff Dillon. And Jeff, you come in, you were fast all night long. You come up here in number 2 spot in feature number 2. Tell us about your night.
Really happy. First race was solid. I was really happy to get the 5th. Just to keep in touch with the leaders was really good. And then the second race here, the invert worked pretty good. And just to be happy to have a shot at Hayden there. That was a close race for the entire race, but I was just happy to be that close to the lead.
Now, if you were anything like we were a little disappointed that yellow flag came out. You guys were having a heck of a battle side by side there. How difficult is that inside the car there? You guys were such close, tight racing, not ever touching, but very close to touching. It's a lot of fun, but it's also nerve-wracking as a driver, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, we were side by side so much. I was learning. Okay, he normally runs this line on exit, so I can get closer and get closer. And we were learning each other's lines there, and it's especially after you get like 5 or 6 laps into the run, because it actually starts to get tight down there. First it's a little free, but then it gets tight because you just push the front tire so hard. So I had to start backing the corner so it wouldn't slide into them. I know a few times in 3 or 4 I got close, but yeah, it's definitely a lot of work for both of us.
Well, we asked Hayden. He said his dirt skills are not up to snuff. Next week we head to Eldora for the first time. We'll be on a different surface other than his paved stuff. What's the outlook for the 62 next week at Eldora?
I gotta practice. I've raced on dirt in real life for like 6 or 7 years, but when it comes to iRacing, I don't adapt to it well. So I never ran this asphalt car on dirt. Hopefully that helps me out. So I got some practicing to do, especially Eldora. I just don't tend to find speed that track very easily. So I'll be happy with hopefully top 7s next week.
Well, congratulations here tonight. Like you said, top 5 in feature number 1, going to come home and runner-up in feature number 2. Nothing to shake a stick at. We'll hope to talk to you next week. But before we let you go out, Jeff, who makes it all possible behind the scenes for this 62 to be here on the podium?
Everyone at this league. I came across these guys on Facebook, and they welcomed me in without even seeing me ever run a lap ever. And I appreciate that. That's hard to do, especially on the first night of a broadcast in a new series. So Tanner and all the other admins, which I don't know who they are yet, but all those guys, and for you guys, it's good to talk to you again, and everyone that puts on the broadcast. It's awesome what you guys do. So definitely look forward to talking to you guys next week.
Well, thank you for the kind words. Make sure you send Steven up here once you get off the stage here on the front stretch with us. But congratulations. We'll talk to you next week, hopefully.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. That's your second place finisher. That's Jeff Dillon. Comes home in that second spot. And our final spot on the podium belongs to this man, the number 23 of Stephen Hoffman. Comes home in that third spot. And we caught up with Steven now. And Steve, coming home in the third place, but it looked like a lot of fun out there, a lot of close racing. How was your night overall?
Overall, I'd say we had a pretty good night. We finished third in both runs, both races, so that was pretty good. So we're pretty happy with it. Third in both ones.
You can't beat that. What did you need out of this 23 a little to get up there and maybe challenge Swank and Dillon for the race win?
Man, I don't know. It's patience, I guess. Just trying to let those two duke it out. It's so hard to pass in these things. And Hayden was doing working the top pretty good, and then Jeff would get him going in on the bottom. And when you're in third, you just kind of a sit and duck, and you just sit back and watch the show, and in a way, kind of hope they rough each other up to where you can sneak in between them. But then again, you don't want to see each other. You don't want to see them wreck each other. But kind of sucks being stuck there.
Well, next week we head to Eldora, and that's going to be our first challenge on the dirt. What's your outlook for yourself? The guys that finished in front of you, they said they're not really sure what to expect. What should we expect next week at the high banks of Eldora?
I'm not sure in these cars. If it's anything like tonight, I know it'll be on dirt, but it's a pretty big track. It's really wide. Kind of drives like an asphalt track in a way when it gets slick. It should be pretty exciting, and I think we have a pretty good chance at it.
Well, we look forward to talking to you the rest of this season, and hopefully next week we'll talk to you once again. But before we let you roll on out of here, who makes it all possible for this 23 car to be here on the podium?
I'd just like to give a shout out to my mom and dad watching the broadcast, and whoever else is watching us run around having fun, and ASRC, and thanks to Turn 3 for doing the broadcast.
Thank you very much. That's Stephen Hoffman, your third place finisher here in feature number 2. And overall, a very good night for the 23 here on opening night for the American Sim Racing Club Street Stock Scrambler Series. Let's take a look at our feature 2 results here real quick. And it looks like this. Hayden Swank going to pick up the win. Jeff Dillon will come home second. Third will go to Steve Hoffman. We just talked to those 3 drivers. Nick Fleury will come home fourth. Tim Rogers fifth. Zach Heiser sixth. John Kane, Devin McDonald, Brian Wildason, and Brett Hahn will round out your top 10. Zach Coyer will finish 11th. Franklin Evans will come home 12th. 13th will go to Ron Fox. Charles Darling and Deontay Hewer rounding out your top 15. Noah Boucher, Donovan Carney, and Tristan Perry will finish 16th, 17th, and 18th. And rounding out your field, Justin Callahan, David Patton will get credited for 21st, and David Inkenbauer 22nd. Tanner Tallarico, our man in mission control here tonight, we thank him for providing everything behind the scenes. Next week, we head to Eldora, where we'll sling some mud for the first time this season. But until then, we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, and we will see you in Turn 3. Stay safe, everybody. We'll see you next Wednesday night. Congratulations to Hayden Swank and Nick Fleury, your feature winners here on opening night.